Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to go over a couple different topics. First, we're going to start off with something I want to talk about, Tekton. And then we're going to move into a few things that I'm going to be doing to the Camaro, but I kind of need your guys' opinion and suggestions. So please, if you've been following the Camaro build, please stay tuned for that. But let's get into Tekton. So as you guys know, Tekton started off, not a lot of people knew about them, and they've kind of grown. It was a lot of do-it-yourselfers, and still is a great tool for a do-it-yourselfer, weekend warrior type of tool. But recently they've been slowly moving their products to the US, as many of them as they can. You know, it does take time and money in order to do that, and they still sell them for a great price. That's the great thing about Tekton. They're slowly moving products to the USA, and they're still able to sell them for a great price, so that's great, just like Channel Lock. But when they started doing this, I thought it was just the screwdrivers and pliers. They do still have screwdrivers and pliers made in China, Taiwan, and other countries, but they do have a USA lineup of both their screwdrivers and pliers. If you guys did not know that, now you do. This is actually the design for their USA made screwdrivers. It's a tri-lobe handle, really nice. I really enjoy them. Some people don't, but I think they feel great in the hand, and I think they're a great screwdriver. I haven't stripped any screws or anything like that with them. You can get them in various different size of packs as well, you know, anywhere from a single screwdriver all the way up to like a 30-something piece set or a 20-something piece set. I'm not too sure, but it's very reasonably priced. And I'll throw some pictures up here of some of the tools that I saw in Myers, as you guys might have seen in my previous video of the Tekton tools at Myers, but here's some of the USA made products. And then you guys know that the one Tekton product that I own that I haven't really been happy with is the Tecton Pry Bars. But before we get into that, you guys also know that a lot of the, or not a lot, but they have a few different pliers that are made in the USA as well. I don't personally own them, but I've heard good things about them. So those are also reasonably priced. I'll throw a picture up here as well so you guys can see some of those. But moving into the Pry Bars, this is probably one of the products that I've gotten from Tekton that I wasn't satisfied with. Not that they're horrible, definitely more for a do-it-yourselfer or weekend warrior. Definitely not for heavy duty projects or anything like that. You do get a 4-piece set, but the shafts, not only are they skinny, but they're not strong either. Now, the Craftsman ones that I have made in the USA, the shaft on this length pry bar is about identical to the Tekton, but it's just a much stronger metal. You can just tell when using them. And the handles are obviously cheap, and these are painted, so they're gonna chip away. Well, that, hopefully you can see that. But other than that, you know, not the greatest pry bars. So I was really happy when I picked up the Craftsman ones made in the USA. Little did I know, I thought Tekton had only moved their pliers and screwdrivers over to the USA. No, they have a pry bar set identical to the 3-piece set that you get from Craftsman made in the USA, also made in the USA. Black handles with a striking cap as well, black striking cap. I'm pretty sure it's the same manufacturer that makes the Craftsman ones that are now making the Tekton ones, but I'll throw a couple pictures up in here so you guys can see those if you haven't. These are just items that I didn't know about. Another product that Tekton makes now in the USA are their punch and chisels. Now, I don't know if they have a full set made in the USA, but I did see individual punches and chisels and stuff. I'll throw pictures up here as well. I thought that was really cool. Now, I went through everything else. A lot of the stuff was sold out, but I went through all the other Tekton stuff there at Myers and didn't seem to find anything else made in the USA. I know their socket rails are made in the USA, but other than that, that's all I know of so far. If you guys know of any other Tekton products made in the USA, please let me know. I think Tekton is doing a great job of switching things over to the USA, and they're keeping the items, once again, like I said earlier, reasonably priced. So I think that's awesome. So please share with me any other tools that you know of that are made in the USA. Other than that, that's what I have to say about Tekton. I just thought that was pretty cool. So now we're gonna move into a couple things that I did to the Camaro, and then I need suggestions. Also, names for the Camaro. If you guys got names for it, please let me know. I got the stripper, I got the mistress. If you guys got something good, leave it down in the comments. Let's get into some of these things that I've been doing to the Camaro or plan to do to the Camaro here in the next couple days or weeks. Okay, so moving into the Camaro, I have a few products here I'm gonna show you and kind of get your suggestions on. So once again, need any nicknames you can think of for my Camaro right now. Like I said, I have the stripper and the mistress. If you guys have any other good names, please let me know. So what we have here is just a fire extinguisher that I either got from Amazon or eBay for around $25. It's an ABC fire extinguisher, so it's good for, you know, liquid combustibles, wood, paper type fires, also electrical. So if you've sunk any money into a project car or built a car, you definitely don't want to burn it to the ground, so it's always good to have a fire extinguisher either around your garage or in your car. I also have the Auto Fireman that was sent to me a while ago, and it's basically just two tiny little fire extinguishers that you mount inside of your engine bay, and they connect with a thermal wiring, and when that thermal wire gets burned, it sets off the fire extinguishers and attempts to extinguish the fire underneath of your hood, so you don't have to open your hood and risk getting scorched. So I'll be installing that after I get my new hood. There's no sense in putting it on this because my hood won't close with my setup anyways. So next up, I also, if you guys watched my previous video, my air cleaner stud that I had before does not adapt to the Phytech system without an adapter. This is a 1/4 inch to 5/16 adapter. This was a couple bucks. There's a part number if you guys want it. It's literally only a few dollars. And then I also picked up another air cleaner stud kit because the other one was just too long and I would have had to cut it down. But this is pretty cool. It's really cheap, just a few dollars, and you get three or four different length studs, and they're all, you know, adaptable, I guess you would call it. To change lengths, it makes it really easy so you can fit any type of air cleaner you want. So that's what I went ahead and adapted my Spectra dual intake to my Phytech system. And then over here, we have a couple pieces of aluminum. One of these I am gonna use for my Pro Ratchet Shifter. You guys know I'm gonna be running the Pro Ratchet Shifter in my Camaro. So my Camaro was a manual before, so I just have a gaping hole in the trans hump. So I'm gonna mount this inside of my center console, and that's what the shifter is gonna mount to. And then the other one I'm either gonna cut in strips this way or maybe this way. I was gonna bend it, but I don't think it's gonna be big enough. It's gonna be the top radiator support, and I'll probably have it hydro dipped, carbon fiber or something like that. But a couple nice pieces of aluminum here. I'll kind of show you what's going on underneath the hood. So over here, you can see finally got the Spectra intake mounted correctly with the little piston. It's supposed to look like a little piston with two compression rings on it. Wing nut, I guess you would call it. That's the dual Spectra intake. They have many different kinds, low profile and all of that. And then the Phytech sitting back there, it's not hooked up yet, but it's mounted. Then I also have my radiator installed temporarily with some zip ties. Now my thought was to originally kind of bend this and then have this bent 90 degrees at the very end to hold here and just put some pieces of rubber underneath of there. But I really don't think this piece is wide enough, so I might do a couple strips that just simply go from like right here to over the edge, maybe one right here and one right here. But let me know your thoughts. Maybe I should just get a bigger piece of aluminum and kind of build one that starts over here and ends over here and is obviously long enough to fit perfectly, because I don't think this will work with how much I'm gonna have to bend it. But the radiator's temporarily in. I do have the fittings now, which is like a 1.25, I believe it was, to a 6AN fitting, which is a 90, which will adapt to my stainless steel trans cooler lines. There's another one down there underneath my lower radiator hose mount. And then I'm gonna kind of tuck these and mount them however I want them. Haven't really figured that out quite yet, but it's coming along. I think it's looking pretty nice in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. But that's basically it. But another thing I want your guys' opinion on is where to mount this fire extinguisher. So here's the question. I have the fire extinguisher, comes with a little mount, with 2 little screw mount holes. Might get a little dark in here, but should I mount it here along the center console on the side, kind of like this, or diagonal, you know, down here? Or should I go kind of in the center between the seats? I'm sorry guys, it's really dark in here. Let me get a light. So here's the custom box that I have made back here. And I was thinking about mounting it down here. I don't really want it up here. I was originally gonna mount it up here, but that seems kind of tacky to me. Let me know what you guys think though. Otherwise, I was thinking down here, right in between the seats, so I can still easily grab it. Or right there on the side of the center console. Those are kind of my 2 locations. If you guys have any other better ideas, please let me know. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think. Honest opinion, drop it down in the comments. What do you think of Tekton, whether it's the USA made products or their other stuff? Let me know what you guys think of the USA made products, if you've purchased them or thought about purchasing them, or if you know of any of their other products that might be made in the USA. Other than that, please name suggestions for the Camaro and possibly where to locate that fire extinguisher and how I should go about mounting that radiator a little bit better. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.